Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, July 30th, Major League Baseball. As we get into the show here, first of all, welcome along. Hopefully you guys got a chance to watch Tuesday. Little craziness going on in this Orioles and Blue Jays series, to say the least. Blue Jays come in with the best record in baseball, and the Orioles look like world beaters all of a sudden, putting up another monster game in Game 1 as the bullpen got just torched for the Blue Jays, 16-4. They were a little bit closer in Game 2, 3-2 win there for the Orioles, but a sweep of a doubleheader, which doesn't happen all the time. That one, Guardians came back. They won like they're supposed to. Tigers, we told you were going to be huge. They were. Yankees game went over. We told you with that Max Fried game, don't expect a ton of runs. Red Sox get a win, like we mentioned. White Sox didn't quite play quite as well as we assumed, but Luzardo didn't blow up. The big shocker for me, besides that Orioles, was the Marlins beating Sonny Gray 5-0, and Alcantara doesn't give up any runs. What? Okay. Stros came through 7-4. Angels with UC on the mound. Yuki doesn't figure in the decision once again. Angels get 8-5. Padres 7-1 win. Pirates once again beat the Giants. And the A's game, the A's do put up a 6 spot, but Severino actually shuts down the Mariners to kind of wrap up Tuesday. As we get into Wednesday, we've got a lot of day baseball. Once again, our thoughts go out to the Sandberg family. Definitely my favorite baseball player of all time. We're still repping the Cubs stuff. We rep Cubs stuff a lot, but you just feel like we need a little bit more Cubs stuff on after Sandberg passed away at the age of 65. That was obviously big news. By the way, if you were on the Discord with us, WNBA-wise, we went 16-1. Monster day for us in WNBA to kind of, 3-2, Major League, basically in baseball, we were up for the day, but, that first game of the doubleheader definitely wasn't no bueno for us on that one. But, and the Cubs game, once again, the Cubs are in a little bit of trouble here because they can't seem to get an out when they need one, and they're not hitting as well either. So, and they've got a tough matchup for this Wednesday. First of all, if you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams in Major League Baseball: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and the Orioles. That's where we place all of our bets. We will give you bets throughout the entire lineup. So if you're on a different game, no problem at all. We'll give you some ideas there as well. And this episode brought to you by Outlier as well, sports betting app. If you're looking for fantastic research tool to help you make the best overall bets and find the best juice for you, or best odds for your bet as well. Outlier. We will have a link in the comments section for check it out, 7-day free trial for you as well. All right, so let's get started with the madness on this Wednesday. Like I said, we've got a ton of day baseball. We'll get started with the Orioles and the Blue Jays. They've led off basically this will be the third day in a row that game's led off. 12:35 Eastern time, first game out of the chute. Jose Barrios versus Dean Kremer in this one. This one boils down to Barrios has been really good lifetime against the O's. Kremer, on the other hand, has not been. So once again, we're on the Blue Jays in this series. Obviously not the most comfortable feeling in the world as the Orioles have went to work so far here at home. But Barrios has been really, really good and good on the road against Baltimore as well. So let's give you all those plays here. Blue Jays money line +1.5, -1.5, 2.5 on the run line. Blue Jays over 4.5 team total. The Blue Jays money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Vlad Guerrero and Mr. Lukes, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, Diamondbacks and the Tigers. Ryan Nelson, Chris Paddock here. This game at 1:10 Eastern time. Tigers going for the sweep here as well as the O's are in the first game of the day. Paddock just getting traded over from the Twins. All of a sudden, the Tigers are running out of pitchers. That's not good news. We're down to the last 2 days of the trade deadline as well. What else is going to get moved? Or who else is going to get moved? I'm still staying with the fact we think that let's see. We're still of the belief that the Diamondbacks are basically laying down here in this one. So we're going to roll with the Tigers again, I think, in this particular spot. I don't love Paddock as a pitcher, but the Tigers are pretty cheap money here at about $1.30 favorite. Tigers money line first 5 innings. Tigers money line for the game. Maybe Paddock is really good. Or at least they just need him to be solid. Give up a couple runs, maybe max, go 6 innings, 5-6 innings, give up 2, and let that Tigers offense go to work. They definitely need to continue to score runs. They put up a bunch yesterday. They need to back those days up where they scored 12 runs with, not another 12 necessarily, but 5-6 gets this thing done, I think, here pretty easily. But we do like the Tigers in this one. Next game up, Red Sox and Twins. Zerby Matthews for the Twins at 1:10 Eastern time. Brian Bello for the Red Sox. Bello a little disappointed in his last start, but it wasn't that bad, to be really honest. Zerby Matthews, I don't like him in any start. I understand that you need arms this time of year because you're filling in for a lot of injuries. And, the Twins are as well. Pablo Lopez has been down for some time. Joe Ryan he's missed some starts, so I can understand. They got to have arms in that starting lineup. The bullpen's been pretty good for them. I'm shocked that they still haven't moved a bunch of bullpen pieces. But it kind of is what it is, right? I do like the Tigers, not the Tigers. We slightly like the Red Sox in this one here. To be really honest, that over 8.5 also could be in trouble. So Red Sox money line first 5 innings. Red Sox money line for the game. Also over 4.5 runs first 5 innings. Over 8.5 for the game. I think we could see some scoring there in that one as well. Next game up, Braves and the Royals. 2:10 Eastern time frame. So does Acuna have an Achilles issue? That's not good for the Braves. I'll be really honest, wouldn't be surprised even if he doesn't, if the Braves don't shut him down for the rest of the year. They are not playing for anything. They got Joey Wentz, and then the Royals are throwing out their version of a bullpen game with Angel Zerpa leading this off. Angel Zerpa, in a high leverage situation, is normally hot garbage. Joey Wentz has not pitched that well, and the Royals do hit left-handers well. And the Royals have scored 16 runs in the first 2 games of this series. Impressive for them. Now, here's the thing. The Braves have also scored 16 runs first 2 games of this series, and it's tied off 1-1. I expect a ton of runs, to be honest, in this game. Even with Acuna out, I don't see how we don't have a boatload of runs here between the Royals and the Braves here, because this should be a ton. Totals are right around 9.5 to 10, depending on what book you're at. The Royals are actually a favorite here with Zerpa on the mound. The bullpen for both teams not that great, and I think they're going to see a ton of action on both sides here. So let's give you all the bets we have in this game here. It is going to be Brewers Royals over 9.5 is where we're headed. Over 3.5 the first 3, 5.5 the first 5. 7.5 first 7. Braves and Royals over 4.5 team total. Grichuk, Perez, Profar, and Austin Riley are 4 batters we're going after in this game. Same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, 2:10 Eastern time as well. Freddie Peralta and the Brujas hosting the Cubs, going for the sweep here. They came in tied for the National League Central lead, 2 straight wins by the Brewers. And to be really honest here, Shota's 0-2 with over an 8 ERA versus the Brewers in his short career. Freddie Peralta always seems to pitch well against the Cubs. The Brewers are only a $1.20 favorite here. This is absolute steal money for us. We love the Brujas. Brewers money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Brewers over 3.5 team total. They have been crushing the ball. And not only that, they normally crush Shota as well. Brewers money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Shota over 2.5 earned runs allowed, plus money there. Shota under 17.5 outs as well. Christian Yelich and Andrew Vaughn both hitting the ball tremendously well. Same 5 bets apiece for these guys. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up. Also, 2:10 Eastern time. Is there a bunch of games going off at this time frame? T1 Walker and the Phillies trying to salvage the series here against Hauser. The White Sox win game 1, Phillies game 2. Probably Phillies here again in game 3. They're not that big of a favorite here, about $1.40. Let's be honest. The Phillies on paper, probably one of the better teams in baseball. They should be able to handle the White Sox here. Walker's probably going to give up a few runs, but I think the Phillies are going to score a few more here. Phillies -0.5 a run first 5. Phillies money line for the game. You could also play Phillies on the run line as well. I think they got a pretty, not a necessarily easy win, but a decent, should win by a couple plus runs. Nationals and Astros, also 2:10 Eastern time frame. Mackenzie Gore versus Gusto in this one. And once again, McKenzie's on the mound, and the Nationals are a dog. I understand he hasn't been as dominant as he was earlier in the season. And, young guys, as they continue to add more and more innings during the season, it does happen. But they got enough to beat the Astros at home, and they're plus money here. But Nationals money line, first 5 innings, Nationals money line for the game. I think both excellent opportunities in this one here. Next game up. We finally, off of that 2:10 Eastern time frame, go to 3:45 Eastern. The Giants and the Pirates. Burrows for the Pirates and Logan Webb for the Giants. I'm going to be honest with you here. The Pirates have owned them the first 2 games of this series. It has not been – it's not been good. Let's just be honest. It has not been a good series here for the Giants. They win game 1, 6-5. They win game 2, 2-1. So, I'm sorry, 3-1. My apologies on that one. Now, they do get majority of those runs in the back half of that game. Verlander actually pitched pretty decently for the Giants. But Logan Webb, in his last time out, got absolutely crushed. And the Giants are just struggling to post runs at the moment. So, this is one of those ones, again, this is a value play here. I just think the Giants being a $2.10 favorite is way too much here, to be really honest. Total is at 7.5. I don't know if we're going to have a big-time total in this one here, but I like the Pirates to keep this thing within 2 runs. And you're getting plus 2.5, not horrible money as well. So give us the Pirates plus 1.5 first 5 innings. Pirates plus 1.5 and 2.5 on the run line for the game. At worst, I think they lose this game by 2. Even have an outside chance to win here. So if you wanted to play a little money line on them as big plus, I don't blame you, but I think your better overall play is probably plus 2.5 here in that Pirates game. Next game up, 4:10 Eastern time frame. Holmes and the Mets go against Darvish and the Padres. Darvish has not pitched well since he's came back off the injury list. And Clay Holmes keeps them competitive in games, I think, more than probably anything else. I like the Mets here. They're slightly a favorite. They should be because the way that Darvish has pitched. The Mets need to get on a game early, though. They need to not go 4 or 5 innings without scoring. They need to hop on somebody early, I think, here, and that definitely does help them because that Padres bullpen is decent, right? So they're not going to, crucify that bullpen by any stretch of the imagination. So in this one here, give us Mets money line, front 5, Mets money line for the game. Next game up, Kyle Freeland and the Rockies. And we got Allard and the Guards here. 6:40 Eastern time frame game in Cleveland again. I think Cleveland's got enough firepower to get this thing done. Freeland got just even Freeland against a team that struggles against left-handers and the Orioles got absolutely crushed the last time out. I kind of see the same thing happening here. Guardians minus a half a run, front 5. Guardians minus 1.5 as well. A couple run line wins there. I think the Guardians come out, score a bunch of runs. Guardians over 4.5 team total. As it's always good to, never a bad day to bet against Rockies pitching. Next game up, Will Warren and the Yanks at 7:05 Eastern time, hosting Zach Little and the Rays here. Rays are plus money, totals at 9. This is another game I think it's got a great chance to go over. As Max Fried game, we told you that was going over yesterday. That one cruised by the over as they total game of 12 here. Totals at what, 9? Will Warren can get just absolutely crucified, especially in the first inning. Tampa Bay's been known to hop on some starters as well. Give us over 4.5 runs first 9. Play the alternate line here at 8.5. So over 4.5 front 5, over 8.5 for the game. Also, do like the Blue Jays here a little bit as well. Not the Blue Jays, the Rays. Rays money line first 5 innings. Rays money line for the game. I think all of those have an excellent chance to hit here. Then we'll get to 7:10 Eastern time frame. Reds and the Dodgers. Ohtani on the mound versus Nick Martinez. Dodgers they figured out a way to get a win. Will Smith in the lineup, man, definitely helps. I'll put it that way. As he helped in the 9th there. Shohei's going to lead off for the Dodgers. Let's see if he gets more than 3 innings of work in this one here. They need Ohtani to be, by the time the playoffs start, to be a guy that can go 5-6. They'd like it to be sooner, I bet, but they're not going to push it either. They don't want to lose him at any point because he can't afford to lose his bat, because that will definitely change World Series options if Shohei's not in there. Like the Dodgers again in this one, I think they sweep this series here and finish this damn thing off. So give us Dodgers money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over 4.5 team total. I understand a lot of lines are going to show 5.5 out there. I'll pay the $1.60 right now to get the 4.5 number. But good chance for him to score 6+ if you want to play the 5.5 number. And then Dodgers minus a half a run, first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. Mookie Betts and Teoscar Hernandez. We're a little worried about Teoscar in this situation, but he's had good success against Nick Martinez. We just hope he can continue that up. I know he has not been playing outstanding, but we'll ride with him here. Both those batters, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Next game up, Marlins and the Cardinals at 7:45 Eastern time. So yesterday, how did the Cardinals not score against Mikolas? I mean, not against Mikolas, against Alcantara. How did they really? I'm still in shock that they did not score on the Marlins yesterday. Get shut out by that pitching staff with Alcantara on the mound to start off is embarrassing. That was a lay-down performance, if anything else. So what do we make in this pitching matchup with Mikolas and Quantrill here? Be really honest, was 7-1 game 1 with the Cardinals win, 5-0 game 2, Marlins win. I mean, I understand there's anomalies that happen all the time, but that was no excuse yesterday. Alcantara, I know he can pitch well. He hasn't all season, but to lay down like that was pretty ugly. I assume the Cardinals are going to hit Quantrill here, and the Marlins should be able to hit Mikolas as everybody else does. That total's probably where we attack here. 8.5 total right now. Over 4.5 first 5 innings, over 8.5 for the game in that one. Should be all kinds of opportunities for both offenses to get rocking and rolling. 2 games left on the board. We'll go to the first one here. 9:38 Eastern time frame. Nathan Eovaldi and the Rangers going against Soriano and the Angels. So Angels, UC pitches okay again, but doesn't figure in the decision because the guy can't go longer than 5 innings due to the fact that he wants to throw 20 pitches an inning. Soriano's been god-awful at home. Eovaldi has pitched decently here for the Rangers. The Rangers, I think, are going to get one game this series. They were hotter than a firecracker coming in and then dropped 2 in a row to the Angels. But we do like the Rangers here. Rangers money line first 5 innings. Rangers money line for the game. They finally don't have to face a left-hander. I think that's definitely going to help the Rangers in this spot. But I think Rangers get a few runs early, hold on, and figure out a way to hold on to that victory. And then the final game of the night, Brian Wu and the Mariners, Jeffrey Springs and the A's. What do we think here? Because I'll be really honest, the way that pitching matchup was yesterday, did anybody expect Severino not to give up 4 or 5 runs, and he only gives up a run here? Wu's pitched decently for the Mariners here. Let's just say the Mariners on paper should be able to get this win. So Mariners money line first 5, Mariners money line for the game. If Wu keeps that offense from scoring runs, should give plenty of time for the Mariners to get a few runs in as well. All right, so we just went through a full slate of bets here on for Wednesday, July 30th. If you like the content you're seeing here, make sure you give us a subscribe here on TikTok, and that way you get a notification. That way you get notified when we drop a new episode of bets like this one, like currently going on with baseball daily show as well. We'll also Thursday, because there is such a small slate of games, we're going to try to put out a show for you there, but it's going to be really small. But we do have the Big 12 football conference preview as well coming out on Thursday for you guys. So make sure you check all those out. Just a reminder, show brought to you by Outlier. If you like doing your own research and want help making the, figuring out trends, ways to go, best options for bets to hit as well. Outlier, the app, outlier.com. You can find a link to a 7-day free trial in the comments section here on YouTube as well. So make sure you check that out. Also, Discord channel available for all of you out there. Like I mentioned, 16-1 in the WNBA on Tuesday night. So that stuff wasn't put out for public consumption. If you want to check out, you're going to get baseball, WNBA, Formula One, golf. Also, once football starts up, all the football action, you get all the baseball, football, and basketball action earlier than we put it out for public consumption to get ahead of line moves, juice moves, all that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you check that out as well. You can get on the Discord by checking using the WAP checkout link. Once you do pay there, we will get you that Discord invite and get you over there to check it out. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.